Dating, a word that at different times in my life has struck me differently. As an eager 16-year-old ready to dive into the dating world, it was so exciting. As a single adult over the age of 25 in the church, it evoked dread and regret. I chronicle this journey throughout the book, so the reader may notice the subtle and not so subtle feelings associated with those different stages. When I first set out to write this book, I wanted it to be an inspirational, feel-good book to help others discover their self-worth. I wasn't in a place where I recognized my own self-worth because I had been burned one too many times by horrible dates, hurtful comments, and perfectionistic thoughts. To be honest, I'm not sure I'm 100% in the right space to write it right now, but I also feel there might be value in writing it now while feelings are still raw and I can be as candid as possible. The first drafts of this book came across as bitter and cynical. I figured there was enough of that in this world, so I decided to regroup. And here it is, almost 11 years later. I still struggle with self-worth at times, and I'm most definitely a recovering perfectionist. But I've grown a lot and now recognize that every experience in the dating world has translated into some kind of learning experience. I realize now that I grew from those opportunities. Yes, I said opportunities. It's time to start viewing dating as an opportunity, not a burden. I felt so alone in my single journey. No one understood what I was going through because most of my family members had been married in their late teens or early 20s, so there was no guidebook to help me navigate the troubling waters of dating in the church over the age of 25. I wanted to help provide that guidebook to others. Another main purpose for writing this book was to share real-world stories that would help other people realize they aren't alone in their experiences and feelings as they navigate relationships. My goal is that by sharing these stories, others can have hope on their own single journey, that those who are faithfully waiting for promised blessings to come can stay optimistic about life instead of dwelling in the dread or feeling less than in a family-centered church. I don't have all the answers, but I'm humbled to share my story in the hopes that even one person can feel a sliver of hope as they too navigate dating. I get it, dating stinks. And dating within the church, in Utah especially, eek! I don't like it. It's awkward, uncomfortable, plays with emotions, and makes you question your own worth, beauty, talent, and so on. I share plenty of stories in this book that should offer some helpful insights, and I hope they help at least one person feel a little less shame when it comes to their own dating and relationships. So buckle up. Let's dive into my life, the sitcom, and evaluate the episodes that have defined my relationships over the years. I hope these episodes can provide you insight for making the single years the power years instead of the dreaded years of life.